What's up, everybody? Hello and welcome. It is one more day of gaming with the finals. We're gonna play for maybe an hour or so before switching off. Light, heavy, medium. Yesterday I was playing Marathon after I played the finals, and that was a satisfying experience, I gotta say. That game has the ability to tilt me a little bit, I gotta say. Struggle. Wow, okay. We'll call that a comeback. Myself up. Oh, they were getting triple team anyway. Yeah, do the same shit. the suckiest team. Damn. I think I need to take a break. I feel like after I do the last circuit, I will be emotionally done with this game for a while. I mean, even if like the next even if like the next season is fire, I think I need to. I just need a break. I don't think anybody should play the fucking same shit for this long. Then again, if I go back to Dark Side, I don't know what kind of feelings are gonna have. Right in his side. That's a shame. Because there's infinite respawns on this. That was warm up. Okay, first game. Warm up. I think that Marathon is in. Why is Marathon an uncomfortable game to get? I feel like it's an uncomfortable game to play. Something about that game, man. That's slow as shit. Made me a target.
The game show event's done, and it did not disappoint. Turret tracking! Target marked! Taking damage! Drill and flash! Placing deploying turret! Anti-arrow!
Another surprise in another team.
They picked the wrong misfire or
Whoa, June, are we starting comedy? Grand moves from the socialites. Cash out complete.
Could have got that. I think I fucked that up by blowing that wall up. I was trying to grab it. I think I did that shit.
Watch out there. Special delivery.
Hey, what's up, Justin? How you doing? Is the audio coming through okay? OBS did like some kind of an update. My shit looks weird. Mic check, mic check. Audio coming through okay. Audio, audio, audio. Audio and game music. Independent black things on Tubi. What are you talking about? What do you mean independent black things? Like films? Black independent cinema? Oh, word. Yeah, I don't have Tubi, but I hear that it's great for. Yeah, I hear it's great for indie cinema. Like working class. There's an argument that like working class cinema is alive. Because in part because of Tubi, it provides access to a broader market without having to go through. Like basically, people can independently distribute their movies there, which puts more control in the pocket of the. I think the only downside to that is that if you go that route, you're in a complicated territory when it comes to rights. So if you do want to work with like an actual known distributor, they may have issue. You know, everyone has to. Oh, or is it a free to play? Oh, okay. Well, then, so what? How did they get paid? Like ads? I gotta check it out. Gotta check it out. Maybe we'll make an account. I gotta rethink life, man. Like.
Refreshments on the way. Don't panic. Hurry inside. Time to float. We've hit our first team.
The steamrollers cash out, mayhem, and glory await. I've got a cash box. Kingfish grabbed a cash box. The mighty just swiped a cash out.
This weather in this game is how it was in real life today, which is weird because it was how it was in game in Marathon last night, like raining basically. Anyway, tell me like one movie plot that you liked. Get out of this fascism shit.
Oh my god.
Patch yourself up! Creating a safe zone!
Let's see how they bounce back. Taking damage.
Who's ready for a payback? The mighty might be the next target.
So far. But
The overdogs are beginning to have the upper paw.
On the house! Positioning themselves perfectly for what's ahead. Brilliant execution. When a steal pays off like this, you
didn't give them like rival simulations almost as much on-site tool control. Still shipments where they want to take it and implement them themselves. Wow, how expensive though, because he has a girl child.
excitement.
This really cool from the UK is the ambitious one. Mm-hmm. You guys are right hand. Wow, it's like Game of Thrones, man. That's a lot of intrigue right there. Everybody wants it. Everybody wants something, and everybody's going after it. It's the thing about scripts is when you set down the gauntlet, you know, it's characters with a desire that they take and act like they take action on that desire. And
This one's on me!
Okay. Yeah. Well, look. Yeah, I feel you with the Aether effort stuff, especially if you. I mean, it's very kind of you. If you that happens kind of automatically if you have any experience with production, because getting people to show up to set to take the job seriously on a very small budget is a big ask.
Anti-gravity going out.
I'm not gonna place, damn it. I think I fucked it up again. I shouldn't have tossed that damn grenade. I made it difficult for my team to get to it. Lifted us all up. I was not thinking. Man, I sometimes, like, I understand how physics work, and then I don't. Did we finish all the dailies? I think so. Yesterday, I don't think you were around for the marathon stream, bro. Yesterday was so freaking frustrating, man. I had this mission where I had to go to a terminal to track an elite NPC. I go to the terminal, it tracks the elite NPC, and then I gotta go to where that NPC is and kill it and take some shit. Okay, that's the mission. I don't know how many times I did it. I think the first couple of times, the first several matches, I tried to play with other players. And what I find is that the folks who are queuing up for squads have no intention of really focusing on mission objectives. People will go off on their own, religiously die, or allow you and your remaining teammate to be ambushed. It's ridiculous. Like, this wasn't happening during the alpha or the beta, and it wasn't happening like on the very first day or so that I played, but it has evolved to the point where people are egregious with it. Like, they just, you spawn in Zoom, they're somewhere else, and if you try to keep up with him, the other teammate is also going in a different direction. So it's just dumb. Then you can't even think about what you want to do. If you play solo, though, you have other complications, which is that it's every man for himself. So it's very easy for you to like in NBA 2K, and the only thing people want to do is shoot when they're good or not, whether they open up. Oh, really? Oh God, I can't even imagine. Shit. The problem with solos is that you can do is that every minute of the 20-minute match with 30 seconds left and no one wants to run the clock, they just keep chucking. Okay, they got a check mindset. They're like, just throw it. They want to get that. That's funny, man. That's funny. God, that's gotta be frustrating. I remember, do you remember NBA Jam? Do we talk about this? NBA Jam. I think it was on the Sega Genesis. Maybe it was on Super Nintendo, I don't remember. Do you remember NBA Jam from when we were kids? Yeah, we did talk about it, okay. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. Anyway. I haven't played like a sports game in like forever, obviously, as you know. But it's cool that they have virtual 5v5s. It's weird though. I don't think in between trading cards. Yeah, for me it was NBA Jam and NFL Blitz. Those were the two sports games I was really into. Obviously They were very arcadey, but they were a lot of fun. So yeah, the squads didn't do it. After squads, I did solo. The problem with solos is that you can go any minute, any 20 seconds of the whole 20 minutes. It could all come crashing down because of some bullshit. So like, I at least played 3 games solo, if not more. And like the first game, I go to the terminal and I get blown up because the terminal is booby trapped. The whole building is booby trapped. I had no idea. And I end up leaving there with like a sliver of health after getting the coordinates to now have to go take down this elite in his squad, right? That show up on the map. On top of that, I didn't realize there was a timer. So I'm rushing, exposing myself to the whole map. It's like super dangerous. And I get hit by like 1 bullet from a robot, some grunt, and I die. And this is while dodging other players, because there were occasions where bullets were firing past me. I was barely able to make it out, so I was just losing health left and right. The second game, I get to the terminal successfully, that building, but it's defended by NPCs, robots. I kill them, and then I find my way inside, and it dawns on me that the building's security, which has like lasers underneath and the doors are barred, so it like calls troops or something like that, has these 4 panels that if you blow them up, you disable the defense grid. You can get out safely. So I do that, and then I am looting halfway to the target, and I like run into a player that's waiting in ambush at like the halfway point or something, and that sucks. And then the third time, I do the entire mission, including, you know, I think taking down a player and getting extra loot and all this crap, and then I even get into this protracted fight without 1 but 2 elites and their minions. And I waste all my ammo, and I make it, and then the extraction point is right there, and I'm like seconds from getting the hell out of there. And I get chased. I just get narrowly out DPS'd by another assassin runner, you know, who's closing in on me in melee of all things, exposing himself and going in. And honestly, like, you know, obviously I would have killed him like a half second later, and I was just like, I'm done. And I realized that that Marathon has this nasty tension in it, because there's this sinister plot where the missions are kind of demanding, you know, because you're paying attention to all the secrets. The ARG is popping up, the alternate reality game that Bumgee's got going on inside. There's some things that are happening in the game that are kind of funny, make you want to ask more questions, and you know, you got to play this hide and seek the whole map, and I find it difficult to enjoy the world that they've built, because I need to work so hard to be scanning for threats. This tension worked a little bit better in Arc Raiders for some reason. Like, the balanced version was there. But here, in Marathon, I feel like it's a more intense rivalry between wanting to explore the intrigue of the world that they built, because they definitely have a narrative, and knowing that you can't get attached to any progress, because, you know, there are just so many how should I say, I was gonna say, like, being compartmentalized in that game, where you're not trying to get dragged in by the story. You're not trying to get even dragged in by your mission requirements. You are trying to be like really intent on playing that cat and mouse game with another player. But then if you do happen to like the story, that shit is out of bounds. It is out of bounds. You can't like, the longer you spend in the map, the more in danger you are. And I guess getting away is kind of thrilling, like a successful extraction, except that extractions are not fun places, because that's the place where at any moment you might just lose everything that you narrowly were able to acquire, like down to the last second. You might not even be attacked. You might just be getting robbed by the thief runner using her drone. So you're there trying to extract and blink, blink. You're like, what is that? And then you exit the game with no backpack. All the shit is gone. It literally is just strewn around like a loot cache around the exfil. And I don't remember. I think like the battle royale a la Fortnite is a little bit more straightforward, because a lot of the stuff is happening. A lot of the achievements. Excuse me. Kind of meta progression is happening out of sight. It's not in your face. It's not something you're trying to accomplish. You're just out there trying to, get your chicken dinner. Apex Legends also, I think, has some objectives, but they're not really a primary focus. And in Marathon, even greater than our graders, there's there is a story that wants you to do things. Like the night before last, I happened upon a terminal that sent me via time limit to another terminal halfway across the map, and I didn't really notice the timer until it was almost too late. I'm like, if I had just gotten the objective materials that I needed, but then I get distracted by this thing, and I'm like, okay, sure, but then the chances are that now I won't be able, like, if I get shot, I won't be able to finish the quest that I actually had almost completed. I won't be able to finish the quest that drew me off the path in the first place. I definitely lose the loot that was distracting me. You could say that you have to be disciplined so that you can pull off the beaten path, but what about the story? These are one-off opportunities, and apparently if you link the terminals, you're contributing to the ARG, which is unlocking the latest map, which is like, I think, a map within the marathon, and where, some kind of end-game thing is available that we're going to be preparing for. So when I load up marathon, I'm like, this could potentially be a drawn-out, uneventful evening. There's a chance that I could spend a couple of hours playing marathon and honestly not feel like I've gotten anywhere. Hunt Showdown didn't like, they had an unveiling bestiary, but it didn't feel like Marathon, where the story was playing out in real time in the same way. I don't know how Hunt Showdown pulled that off, actually, because I didn't think about losing out on story. The way that I reviewed story at one point with Hunt Showdown is I would just check out a little boss index and maybe like one of those articles that would kind of open up, as you, I guess, work through your levels or something. Or just, complete achievements locally, But with Marathon, it's like, no, I'm advancing the story, and I have like a lot to worry about, so it makes everything very real. Lose the targets from Hitman. You only have a few days to try it, and if you fail in time, that's it, I imagine. Oh, is that how it was? Hitman was that particular? Did I ever play a Hitman game? I must have, but like, I can't remember. This is a base game, but every once in a while someone shows up. The woman from the Resident Evil movies. The movies? Which woman? Mila Jovovich? You have to kill her in Hitman? The Hitman video game? It's like an add-on DLC. It's funny. I don't think they could have ever pulled it off, but I wish they had done like something with the Fifth Element. I like that movie so much. It's an event. Okay. So Hitman is free to play, and then you buy the missions. That's such a weird business model. You know, like imagine they make a Splinter Cell, like a modern, like a reboot, and they say Splinter Cell is free to play. Like free to play, you download the client, and you see some like history and shit, and then what you realize is that let's see. Combined it and then split it up. They combined it and then split it up again? Yeah, it does make sense. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do is do I want to advance marathon or do I want to play Space Marine 2? It's weird. These round-based games can be fun, but they can also feel kind of like I'm spinning my wheels. And then I miss single-player games again, where I can advance the storyline. But then, get ready to get bonked on the head because allegedly, Crimson Desert is going to be like, hundreds of hours for completionists, if it's even enjoyable. Which once upon a time, I would look at the hype for Crimson Desert and go, absolutely, it looks really cool. Can't wait to get sucked up in that world. But now I'm like, wait a second. I'm not even sure if I know what fun is anymore. Well, let's play something with some stakes. One thing I haven't accomplished yet is I want to say Space Marine, but really, what am I doing? I'm unlocking their end game weapons. That's what I'm doing. The end game is surprisingly robust in Space Marine 2. I'm surprised that it feels as fleshed out and like welcoming. For a game that is not technically like live service, they did a good job with it. I mean, they don't refer to themselves as that, which is weird. I think I think what that means is that they don't have a microtransaction model. Yeah. Um. Hmm. It's weird. I'm torn. Like, I kind of want to keep up with Marathon, I think. Even though I can't really keep up because I know people are grinding it. I kind of want to keep up, kind of like, because I do want to see where the game leaves you if you follow the like the golden quest line. You know, so there's that. But it's gonna take some effort. It's gonna take trial and error, and I don't want to focus on progress to the point where I'm like really like really upset because you know, I keep getting assassinated. I mean, I guess there's a chance that I'll get good, but you know how some of these kids are, man. These kids are like they're just merciless, man. I worked my way into a similar building like the one that I had to get the terminal out of, and I spent all this time getting blown up using heal, you know, because there was mines. I hide in a closet, really just focusing on closing all the doors and, you know, I don't know, trying to seem inconspicuous. Somebody already knowing cracked open the vent above my head. I had no idea, and I get sprayed from the roof. I'm like, oh god, these fuckers are gonna. I hear they're doing some nasty shit too. The thieves have this drone, right, that can snatch loot from the environment. They could fly back to themselves. And now they're spawning their drone, then backing out to put a mine on the drone, and then flying the drone with the mine on it to enemies. I'm like, what the fuck? And like, they're also using the zipline from the thief, attaching it to the drone, and then flying their you know, companions across the map. Okay, I think it's funny. Like, I want to play Space Marine 2, but my curiosity, yeah, because I know what the story is with Space Marine 2. Like, I know essentially we're just, you know, we're leveling up the Space Marines and we're, you know, splitting our energies between operations and siege mode and then at some point stratagems, and I'm like this is cool, but I think the bizarre nature of Marathon and not really knowing where it goes, I think is interesting to me. And I feel like it's the thing that everybody's kind of on their minds, like, who's this game for, you know? So maybe I'll play more of that, but now without coffee. I need some coffee, so I'm gonna go take a leak, grab some coffee, and I'll be back after several. Right? I hope to catch you. I gotta drop this stream for a couple of minutes because I'm probably gonna have to feed a cat or something. And as for the this update for Darktide, it's out later today, I think. I believe they said the 17th. Exciting. Whole new mode. Anyway, I'll be back.